How can you be behind someone who does not listen? Over and above that, someone who will do the opposite of what you advise. This is what I've had to deal with. You feel sorry for Junior, what about me? Have I ever done anything against my son? Have I ever done anything against any other fighter? You are not a reflex fighter, which is what you have now gone to by dropping your hands. That's part and parcel of the reason why, you have decreased in ability, as well as your age. So these truths are what I speak. Now, some or a lot may say, well, okay, you're speaking against your son. No, I'm not speaking against my son. I'm speaking about the truth of boxing. I know there's a great deal of people, it seems, out there who are like, well, no matter what your son does, you've got to be in his corner. You've got to be behind him. How can you be behind someone who does not listen?
I felt sorry for Junior because he is a 34-year-old man at the time. He wants his own thing. His father is always going to be the centre of attention.
Yeah.
I think he's right to make his own decisions.
Simon, I see exactly what you're saying, because Nigel has stood back from Connor's career, and Chris Senior was right in the front at the beginning. And I think it's great that Junior is walking his own path.
So do I.
However, they have had horrendous tragedy.
Chris Eubank Sr. didn't just give his son advice. He embarrassed him in public. Instead of helping him, he tore him down. This didn't look like a father showing tough love. It looked like someone trying to destroy his son's confidence. He said Junior was slow, his style wasn't good, and that he was already getting old. Even worse, Senior laughed at the idea of standing by his son. He said Junior's ego and unwillingness to listen will lead to failure.
I mean, Ben Jr. and Eubank Jr., they can both fight. They're both very good fighters, but Chris is making it a bigger show and more interesting and drawing more people to see it because of his personality. So it's almost like it's a double-edged sword having him there. He probably is upsetting certain people, but he's definitely bringing more attention to it. And I think he's a big asset to the whole promotion.
Well, for
sure, you can't really knock him too much because he's making it bigger than what it would have been.
Senior also made it seem like Junior is dreaming if he thinks he can still be a top fighter. Many people were shocked. It felt more like a father fighting his son than helping him. Some said it was painful to watch, and that Junior now has to prove everyone wrong, including his own dad. Steve Collins, a former champion, spoke out. He said this is not just about boxing. It's about a son trying to step out of his father's shadow. While other legends like Nigel Benn let their sons shine, Eubank Sr. keeps the spotlight on himself. This has made things harder for Junior, who is trying to build his own name. Junior has also had to deal with family tragedy. That adds more pressure to an already tough situation. Collins said Junior's biggest fight may not be in the ring. It's with his identity. He's been fighting for respect, not just wins. On the other hand, some people like Harlem Eubank believe Junior is much better than Conor Benn. He's more skilled and has more experience. Even if the weight difference makes things tricky, they think Junior is smart enough to win.
Yeah, I mean, he's stylish and he's skillful. And if that Liam Smith defeat, which worries me a bit for Chris, if that's sort of part of the past, that the rematch was emphatic for Eubank Jr., but it wasn't Liam's night, really, and he had an injury going into it. So that defeat that Eubank suffered worries me a bit, but he's fought in better company, and Conor Benn's got it all to prove. But if there's one guy that wants it more, it's Conor Benn. There's no doubt about it. That's what Eubank Jr. is thinking, that Conor Benn is going to come out and leave everything in those first 3 or 4 rounds. And if Chris is still there, it could be trouble for Conor. But Conor could knock him out. Barry could be right.
I think Chris is leaps and bounds ahead of Conor. His experience, the guys he's been in with. Take away the weight, because Chris is obviously going to be disadvantaged in there with the weight as well. But just ability, boxing skill set is on a completely different level. So.
Still, others back Conor Benn. He's younger, hungry to prove himself, and has knockout power. People like Johnny Fisher say Benn's heart and energy make him dangerous, but moving up 2 weight classes is a big challenge. And Eubank also has to worry about a rehydration clause that could weaken him. Adam Smith, a boxing expert, said if Benn starts strong and Eubank survives the early rounds, it could get interesting. But Benn has the power to end the fight early, too. Tony Bellew added that the rivalry between them is personal. These two don't like each other. If they bumped into each other on the street, it might turn ugly.
But I think with Chris, this is purely business.
This is purely business. I don't think he quite likes him very much.
No.
But I'm telling you now, it's a good thing that Conor's in Spain. Because imagine them two bumping into each other on London High Street on a Sunday afternoon.
We don't need that, do we?
No one needs that, no one wants it, but it's inevitable. So you literally have to navigate your way through these camps and keep these two boys away from each other, because
keep the lid on it.
I've been there with this kind of animosity, and I've been there with this kind of domestic rivalry. It eats away at you. It's not nice.
No.
It literally eats away at you. It's on your mind daily.
Yeah.
And you just... It gets to it's an intense build-up.
But yeah, there's no honour in smacking someone with an egg. Shouldn't have happened.
How do you think the fight's going to play out?
I'm backing Conor Ben. I know Conor. I spoke to him a few times. Always been a top bloke to me. His dad's a top bloke. His dad's a legend, and I'll be backing him. But it's going to be difficult, as he's already alluded to, the two weight divisions coming up. But it'll also be difficult for Eubank to stay within that hydration clause, I think it is. So it's all to play for both men.
No, not yet. I need to see what he looks like on the scales. If there was no rehydration clause, I would pick Eubank, but I need to see what he looks like on the scales first, and then if there's a rehydration clause and he already looks bad, it's going to be a hard night for him.
Bellew says the mental stress of this feud could affect both fighters. It's hard to focus when emotions are that high. Lastly, Carl Frampton said he needs to see Eubank at the weigh-in. If Eubank looks too drained from cutting weight, he might not fight well. He warned this could be dangerous for Eubank's career. This fight is more than just punches. It's about family, pressure, and pride. Both men have something to prove, not only to fans, but to themselves. With so much on the line, this battle could be one of the most emotional and intense we've seen in years.